Man, you might be creating your own hell.
For real, like, how bad are your problems?
Do you just want problems?
If you do, just say so.
Come on now. Hey y'all, welcome back to Cool Talk. So glad you came to join us.
Yeah, before we get started, we're gonna need you guys to like, subscribe, share the video with everybody. Let's go.
Hey, let's get into it, man. Today we here to talk about creating your own hell.
Yes.
How bad are your problems?
How bad are they?
And this, right now we talking specifically. We basically zeroing in on relationships, but period. How bad are your problems?
Yeah, because especially in relationships, but overall in life, problems are what you make it.
Yeah. So basically, like what we mean by that is, first, let's say when you don't like something, when you find something you don't like about somebody, did you look for that? Are you looking for a problem? Like, are you looking for a problem because you just need them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, to make your problems feel justified, I guess.
Yeah. For example, you don't like one thing about, like, everything good about your relationship, but then there's just one thing that you just can't get past, and you zero in on it.
And it messes up all the good in your relationship.
Cause you want to keep making, you want to make it, and it ain't a problem per se.
Yeah.
Because there's some real problems out there. It ain't a real problem. It's most likely just a thing that you would rather somebody not, something about somebody you would rather they not be that way.
Yeah.
Which is not up to you how somebody is.
Sometimes that person can't help the way that is. That might just be that person.
And that thing about that person ain't a problem to them. It's just a problem to you because you made it a problem.
Exactly.
For example, something happens, you react a certain way to it.
Yes.
I react a different way to it. You get mad at me for not reacting the way that you reacted to it, but I'm just cut this way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just built this way. So this is the way I react to things. You may react a certain way, and I may react, like, yeah, that was kind of bad. And what you mean that was kind of bad? It was, to me, it was just kind of bad. To you, it was catastrophic.
Yeah.
But you can't get mad at me because I don't react to things the way that you react to them. Mm-hmm. And then that become a problem. Because then that could become a big problem.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be a problem at all.
And then, a lot of problems come from not even a problem that y'all having at the moment. It comes from something deeper than that surface level problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, you're looking for a problem.
You're looking for a problem because something ain't right with you.
Yeah.
So you looking for a problem.
Yeah.
And the other person is none the wiser, just going throughout life like, oh yeah, everything's cool. I ain't done. Like, wait, what? You mad at what? You mad for what? And you be like, where did this come from? In her head. In his head. He went and consulted himself and decided that you the problem.
That's the problem. Man.
Yep, the problem's you.
And it's your fault.
After I took strong advice from myself, I came to the conclusion that you're a problem.
You're the reason for the problem.
You're the reason that I have a problem.
No.
And my evidence is me. I talked to myself in my head, and I decided this is a problem. And that gets into the next part is making small shit bigger.
Bigger, yes. That goes into the deeper, like this, that surface level. Whatever y'all think y'all arguing about, that's not what it is.
Right.
Because the surface is small, but it's bigger.
It's bigger.
It's bigger than that. That's how the small stuff turn big.
And even what's bigger behind it, what's even bigger behind that curtain, was something that was this big.
Yeah.
That
grew.
That he or she let grow in here.
Yeah, it grew.
Let it grow in here. And then you brought it, and then by the time it reached the real world, that ridiculous thought is a real thing to you.
It is a real thing. You know, one thing about it is, as grown-ups and as we get older, we need to start checking stuff as they happen. Mm-hmm. Don't let it build into something big because it shouldn't be big. And then about time you ready to handle that problem that's bigger than what y'all going through at the moment, it's hard to come back from stuff sometimes. Just like, because we didn't check it then.
We didn't check it then, and now you let it fester.
Yeah.
Like an open wound.
Exactly. Like
it's gangrenous.
Exactly. It's like it gets out of hand.
Yep.
It gets out of hand for no reason. Back when we could have, in that moment when it happened, we could have checked it, moved on with life. That way, the next small thing don't turn into a small thing turning big, and now we fighting. We don't even know what we're fighting for.
What we fighting about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
At the end of the day, what are we fighting for?
What are we even talking about
Exactly.
anymore? Exactly. And then another thing about making small things bigger is the tone you choose and the words you choose, because your ego is in there screaming because somebody had the gall to disagree with you.
For real.
Or somebody had the gall to point something out to you. And that something is like, hey, I'm just pointing this out. When you did this or you did this, just, that made me feel this way. And then your ego couldn't take that. No. That could have been a simple conversation, but your ego
took it as an attack.
Oh, hey. And it doesn't matter that the person prefaced it with, hey, I'm just bringing this to your attention. I'm not even mad. I'm just saying that A, B, and C. And then your ego said,
what about you?
How dare you?
What about you?
What about that time? What about you? And then that's where the narcissism comes in. The narcissist always turns it. What about you? You be doing. We're not talking about me. You did this one thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just bringing it to your attention.
Yes. That's called checking it as it
happens. See, when you do that and then somebody's ego's not checked, then that's when the small shit gets big.
Turns big.
And now you fighting. Now it's a fight. And what you're saying in your mind, you like, I shouldn't have said nothing.
This is why
this is why I don't say nothing.
And that's why communication is broken, because it gets to these points where in your head, like, I don't even want that fight today.
I don't want that fight. And then what do we go? What we just got through talking about, it starts to build. It starts to build
because you don't want to have them fights. And then it turns into, when you do fight, you realize this could have been solved if we had better communication. Dang, this just goes around.
It's all just a circulation of bullshit.
Hey, like, really, if you check it right there, it stops.
And a lot, but if you're the offender, which is a stronger word than I'm even trying to use, if you're the one that slipped up, just let somebody say, hey, you made me feel this way. And say, hey, I didn't mean to make you feel that way.
Yeah.
Not, no, you wrong for feeling that way. No, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. It really wasn't my intention to make you feel that way. So I'll work on it. And that's the end of it.
Exactly. Because one thing about it, we can never tell you how you feel. But you could tell us how you feel. That way we could be more conscious of it to correct it. Or be mindful of it. Like, oh yeah.
And then now you think you in a toxic relationship. You think you're in a bad relationship when really you're creating your own hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here.
Exactly.
Thoughts become things.
They do become.
We say that all the time, right?
Man, we all victims of it because we all do it.
We all do it.
We all do it. It's like because certain events happen to where even when you don't want to do it, but because you got a certain reaction out of it, you avoid it. But then when you're avoiding it, it turns into small shit turning big.
And you've convinced yourself when you avoided it that, you know what, I'm just not gonna deal with it, and then I won't have to deal with it. And you know, your sixth sense knows the chickens will come home to roost.
They always do.
They always do. That fight is gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
When you could just,
and it's gonna happen just because you didn't say excuse me.
And this is where I say it takes two, because you have to continue to check the small stuff so it doesn't get big, so you can remain happy.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you gotta be open to getting your shit checked. Like, hey, because you ain't perfect.
Self-awareness.
Nobody is. Self-awareness.
Yeah.
And then another part of this about how bad are your problems. Are you just projecting your own shit? on and you're projecting your own shit and creating the problem
On the wrong person?
on the wrong person because you scared to say something to your boss or your coworker or your sister or
Whoever made
or
you
your
mad.
mom or whoever made you mad. You don't want to. You're not ready. You're not mentally in a place where you're ready to deal with that conflict.
Yeah. So you take it out on the easy target.
You hold it, and you don't even mean to take it out on your spouse, but you do, because who you around the most.
The spouse.
You gonna give it to the person that's around you the most.
Yeah.
Because you didn't check he or she or whoever that was that you've been mad at, and you keep letting them do this, and then it's just sitting there like an open wound, festering.
Hey, the spouse be getting somebody else ass whooping.
And getting somebody else ass whooping, bro.
Like, man, this ain't my ass whooping. I didn't deserve that one.
You be like, you ain't even mad at
And
me.
like, damn, I know I didn't put the seat down, but do I deserve all that?
Yeah. Like, what we even talking about again? What are we talking about? You bring it. Hey, deal with those who are outside. Don't bring the problems from people who don't matter to the ones you love.
Hey, don't be weak outside and be hella strong at home. Please don't do that.
That's what I was trying to goddamn say. That's what I was trying to get to. Don't be getting punked in public and then come home
with your chest out.
Come home and be Debo.
Man, nah.
Nah, don't do that. Don't come home. Don't come home being Mike Tyson.
Nah.
When you was the pussycat in the streets.
Man, for real. Getting beat down and you want to come down and want to give us the beat down.
Yeah, the world beat you down, so you gonna come home and beat down whoever around you. No.
Yeah, nah, you don't do that.
That's sucker shit.
Do that. Nah. Men and women, both guilty of it.
Both guilty of it. Men and women.
Guilty of it.
You ain't want to deal with what your sister did because you know she gonna go to 10 if you check the smallest little thing. So
exactly.
You gonna hold that in and you ain't gonna say nothing. Or you don't want to deal with what your mama. You don't want to actually say nothing to your mama about the thing that she keeps saying that's out of line. So you gonna hold it in, but then you gonna bring all them problems home.
And especially as being black men and black women, when we step out them doors, I mean it's a battle for us. The minute we step out them doors, so when we come home, we're not trying to have them battles with our spouse when we come home.
Nope.
It's not supposed to be 2 fights in one day like the world is this.
Let's comfort each other after we get out from being in that world.
See, we made it. Let's get ready for tomorrow.
Another one. Let's get ready to fight again.
Exactly. It's like you can't just. It ain't right for nobody.
And then another thing. Here's I feel like one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
That make you multiply your problems and make your problems seem bigger than what they is. You're looking for somebody else to make you happy.
That's impossible.
When that's an inside job.
It is an inside job. It's like people can make you happy, but you can't look for them to make you happy.
No, people can do something
to make you
that makes you be that makes you decide to be happy.
Yeah, it's like,
but they can't just do something that changes you from unhappy to happy.
Yeah, that's
because you still gotta make the decision.
You still gotta make the decision to be happy or not happy.
And that's all it is. It's a decision.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand your happiness is an inside job, and and the job is so easy, is all you got to do is make a decision. I'm gonna be happy for no reason at all.
Man, that's one of my biggest things, because like me, my personality is I'd rather be happy than mad, because if I'm mad, it's like you're gonna know and you're gonna feel it. But I make decisions every day. I'm gonna wake up and be happy regardless of what I go through. Even I have moments throughout my day where it's like, man, I done got out my shit, but let me get back into my happy mode.
Yeah.
Because we human.
Yep.
We go through stuff. But you still got it. It's still that decision is yours. Either you stay in that moment or get out that moment.
Man, I get mad as hell.
Man, but you gotta get out of it.
But I find my way out of it.
You gotta find your way out of it.
I mean, my moment might last for an hour.
But you gotta get out. I'm
gonna find my way out of it.
You can't let that person, that moment, or whatever happened rob you of that.
Yeah, you can't let. You did here it is. You didn't have a bad day. You had a bad 5 minutes that you let turn into a whole bad day.
Exactly.
But and then you looking for somebody to fix that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody there to fix that.
Ain't nobody.
That's you. That's somebody you. So you think that your relationship with some, and it don't even gotta be it could be a platonic relationship. It could be any relationship. It could be a relationship with your mom. It could be a relationship with your spouse. It could be a relationship with your brother. Anybody. You think that relationship is messed up because you keep looking for that person to do something to make you happy. When you don't realize you unhappy because of you.
It starts with within, man.
You putting expectations on people, and that's the worst thing you can do because people don't even know that you got them.
And people let you down all the time.
And even if people do know that you looking for them to make you happy, they sitting there like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Because you know why? Because that same thing can be flipped on you. Like, you looking for me to make you happy. What about my happiness?
What about me?
Yeah.
What you gonna do for me? You don't have no energy because all your energy is spent on you complaining about me making you happy.
Yeah.
What are you reciprocating?
Yeah, and then whatever these certain things that you need to do to make them happy, they're not recognizing the other stuff that's going on that could be making you happy if you will allow that to be like, all this other stuff makes me happy. I'm not gonna let this one thing
make me
unhappy.
Nah, I'm cool.
Like, I wake up happy. I don't care. Like, my thing is, I'd rather be laughing than crying.
Yep. So your problems ain't that big, especially if you think your relationship is messed up because he or she ain't making you happy.
Bottom line, don't look for happiness from another human being, no matter what the relationship is. Happiness comes within. Bottom line.
And that gets us to our next topic, our next bullet point, which is you might just be playing the victim all the time. You may have, and that comes right off of looking for somebody to make you happy.
Yeah.
You are always the victim. Somebody's always attacking you. Yeah. It's always, you ain't never did shit.
Yeah.
Somebody's always on you. That's a victim mentality, and that's whack.
That is whack. It's like, once again, the other person can't win because if you're always playing the victim, that's one thing that's like looking for happiness again because it's like playing the victim is a whack role. Unless you really a victim, because there's some victims out there. There's some real victims out like it's people out there getting beat down every day for the sun didn't come out. You getting
we're gonna touch on that too. But that victim mentality, that's mental weakness for one.
Yeah,
like you're mentally weak, and that's unattractive. For two, it's a narcissistic characteristic.
Yeah.
To the victim mentality because you can really mess somebody's mind up and make them feel like they a shitty person, and they really not.
They not.
And you make them feel like you're this. You can make the other person feel like a monster because you're always playing the victim to stroke your ego and stroke your pride and to make you feel better about you, or to make you feel even more, make you feel vindicated.
Yeah.
Validated.
Yeah.
To make you feel, to validate your bullshit, you turn yourself into a victim. And what you're really doing is victimizing the other person who you have made feel like a monster. And they like, how am I this person that he or she is telling me I am?
For real.
Because you're not. That's how. Because you're not. That person just playing a victim. And they don't know how. Because they don't even realize that they put themselves in this mental place.
Especially when just a day ago you was like the best thing in the world.
Yeah, well not just the shit. And now your life is hell because of me. Wow. You can't play both ways. You can't have it that way. You can't let a moment, and you let a moment that you don't want, that you can't deal with like an adult, turn you into a victim.
Or it goes back to letting stuff pile up.
Letting shit pile up. You can't let it pile up.
Like, all this stuff runs hand in hand.
And at the end of the day, here's the thing about here's what's selfish to bring all this together. The thing that's really selfish about making your problems worse, creating your own hell up here and then projecting it out into the world is some people really do have these real problems.
Oh man, there's real problems out there, like sad stuff,
like some people. There are women going to the clinic because this nigga can't keep his shit out the street.
Yeah.
It's women dealing with side babies.
Yeah, I mean,
it's women hiding black eyes.
Shit, men hiding black eyes.
Men hiding black stab wounds and bites.
Verbal abuse goes on. It's like this stuff goes both ways.
Yeah,
I know men are. Men are the one that gets blamed for a lot of stuff, like stuff we do to women. Like
And then
You know what I'm saying?
but then when it
But
gets
if
done
it's
to you,
flipped, it's like,
when it's flipped,
stop
you
being-
a sucker.
Yeah.
When the abuse is flipped, because there's men who really like men who come home and complain about a woman because she ain't did something small, and you think that and you really making her feel like she ain't nothing. But man, you gotta understand, it's men who walk into a house and get and walk into psychological abuse, mental abuse, like daily, getting torn down, told what they not, told what everybody, and worse, told what another man is that you ain't. Like there's men who really gotta deal with some real shit. And you complaining about little shit and making her feel like she treating you so bad because she ain't iron your drawers, or she ain't cooking, or she ain't buy you a PS5, you sucker nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then woman, you complaining because a man's not emotional enough, or he's not
communication.
He don't talk about his feelings. Man, it's women that scared when that man walk in that door because a foot coming straight to your ass, and they really got to deal with that. And you complaining and making your life, you crying and acting like your life is really bad when there's people who really got it bad. And you know what they say? Well, that wouldn't be me. Well, it wasn't her. It wasn't gonna be her until it was. It's easy. Don't do that tough shit. Well, guess what? It wouldn't be. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Because because the ones going through it wasn't gonna be them either.
Hey, for real. Because you don't know what you're gonna do till you in that situation. Bottom line, like it's just like we find us. Sometimes you just find yourself in this situation and ask yourself, how the hell did I get here?
Because it gradually had. Like a woman let one slap go and came back, and then they was like, all right, he ain't gonna do that no more. Yeah. Next thing you know, you 10 slaps in.
What did that go back to? Let the small
stuff turn big. He slapped you once, leave.
You should have checked it right there.
But like I said, if your man leaving his drawers on the floor, quit treating him like he slapping you around.
Man.
Quit treating him like he in them streets. You gotta quit treating him like he in the streets cheating on you every weekend.
I mean, there's levels to it, man.
There's levels to it, but your reaction you can't go to 10.
Your reaction got to match the level.
Yeah, your reaction. If you're on 10, where you go when it's time to go to 10? The knob don't go no higher. So you on 10 for everything.
You can't be on 10 for everything. That's one thing about it, man. You cannot go to the extreme of everything. You
just can't, and that's basically what it comes down to is look at things with perspective, man. Like, understand. If your shit ain't bad, don't attract a bad relationship, and that's all you're doing by making your problem seem bigger. You speaking into the universe, bring me a bad relationship when you didn't have a bad relationship.
Yeah, and that's with anyone in your relationship. It don't have to be your spouse. It could be like family, friends, whatever.
Yeah, attract the outcome that you want, and by blowing shit up to where it ain't, you attracting exactly what you want, which is a negative outcome.
Once you start blowing up all your relationships and start getting into it, like them relationships you can't get back.
You can't get back because words can't be taken back.
Once they in the air, we gotta eat those.
You gotta eat those.
I'd rather you punch me than go off with your mouth. Because I can't forget.
I can't forget.
I can heal, but I can't forget.
Like, man, I'll never forget you said that to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why thoughts become things. And when the words out there, they out there. So,
bottom line,
stop blowing shit up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to keep on getting what you've been getting.
Yeah, some stuff is a 1, maybe 2, even a 5, but it ain't all 10.
It ain't all 10. That's why the knob got levels to it.
Exactly.
That's been us. We out.